As you can see on your screen, we are getting some live pictures coming in from Windsor in New South Wales. We are seeing the Prime Minister Anthony Albanese touring the flood-impacted regions side by side with the New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet today. It looks like they're meeting with some of those residents who have been impacted. The Prime Minister, of course, is fresh from his visit to Ukraine. There has been some criticism that he was in Ukraine while this flood crisis was going on. Anthony Albanese says that sort of criticism is beyond contempt. So let's just listen in to the conversation the Prime Minister is having with some of these residents.
Thank you for turning up and visiting us. But this is ongoing. You're going to be turning up again in the next 3 or 4 months. What we need, and we appreciate you saying thank you and your heart-held thanks to us, we actually need action now, and this is the first part of it. You've got your government need to start working together. You've had flood studies since 2012, but nothing's happened. It gets a bit beyond that, guys. There's no insurance. The majority of these people here, including me, we're not insured. I've got 4 metres of water out the back. Luckily, it's not in the house.
Where's your
I'm out at Windsor.
And just behind the big Toyota dealer that's there, there's a whole group of houses really
But the flow-on effect is, I'm not at work today, and I won't be at work for the next couple of days. Businesses around us, they won't be at work, and they won't be open for the next couple of days. The cost that is incurred, not only to the government, but to the locals, it's ongoing. But we talked about this, believe it or not, this sort of press release. This happened 3 months ago, and everyone was talking about fixing the same problem. It's all on the radio, but nothing happens. So from our point of view, like when I go back home, we've tried ringing up local government and state government. No one's going to help me clean up. Out the backyard, I've got chemical containers that have floated in. I've got wood, I've got chairs that have floated in. But I'm going to bear that responsibility and that cost. You will speak to it, you will speak to the council, and that's the problem. There's a lot of speaking happening. But this is where, this time with the Hawkesbury, we're a bit over. We need action.
I think last time, particularly with the council, was a bit slow, wasn't it, in terms of doing...
I wouldn't blame the council. This is way beyond the council. This is all levels of government. And what we're looking at today, is Labor and Liberal getting together.
Well, we're here together.
That's what I'm saying, and this is our first step, getting together and getting an action plan happening. What do we need to do? You're releasing the dam 97.9% when the catchment areas are full, and the cry comes from the government, it's not a flood mitigation dam. Look over my shoulder, that's what happens when a little paragraph is not repealed by a government. Somebody needs to pick up the ball and run with it. You and I are both South supporters. Let's get into the front row and start working. Otherwise, you're going to visit here again. They're already talking in September that we've got this flood happening again. We're already getting messages saying it's going to happen. Are you prepared? The locals are always prepared. Government's not.
Yeah.
The cost on resources, when you do, Susan, but the cost on resources, it's not just insuring, it's all your emergency services, it's all of us being off work.
That's where we'll leave Windsor just for the moment. You can see there a very frustrated local resident sharing his mind with the politicians who have gathered to tour the flood-impacted regions today. The local member there alongside the New South Wales Premier and also the Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese.